Amber, Cash on Delivery, COD baby. Today, I'm here with a guest, anonymous guest, and the question that I asked her was, do you really think black people want to be saved? Do you think black people want to be saved?
My opinion is they do want to be saved as an individual, but not as a race in general.
What you mean? So you talking like a self?
As self-preservation.
So you saying
A person would want to be saved. They want the black generation. They say they want the black generation to be saved, but only when it's beneficial to that person. If that makes sense to you.
Right. So basically, they say they want to be saved, but in actuality, they really want to save themselves.
Basically, in a nutshell.
Okay, I got that. Cause I see it. My opinion on that was, I feel that 200%. I feel exactly that same thing. That we say we want to be saved, but we want to really save ourselves. Well, not all of us. I'm not gonna say all of us, cause you got some out here that really want to save other people.
That's why I said not as a race, not as a race in whole, but as an individual. Because it's only a handful in the whole race that actually wants the race to win. Not just saying they want the race to win. Because a lot of people say, oh yeah, I want black people to be like this, and I want this community like this, but in actuality they don't.
Right, because they not contributing to it.
You're not contributing to the savings.
Right, yeah. I got you.
So that would be like, okay, you got this black restaurant over here, and then you got the white restaurant over here. And you can go to this white restaurant, and they'll charge you, say you getting a plate. Plate might be $25 at that restaurant. You can go right next door to the black restaurant who is selling the same thing that tastes better than the white restaurant. And their plate, $23. And what do the average black person do? The average black person is going to take their money and they going to spend them extra $2 and run over to the white restaurant because it is a white restaurant. Instead of going to support their people who's trying to come up in the restaurant business and spend less for a better quality, but because they might know who own the restaurant or know somebody that's in the restaurant working, they won't support the restaurant because they feel like, oh, now you trying to one up me. When the whole time, no, they ain't studying one up you. They trying to do better for themselves and they family. But you see, oh, this motherfucker trying to upstage me. No, it's not about you. What I could do could potentially build this community because you helping me build up this restaurant. Guess what? I'm going to open another one somewhere. Them more jobs that I can give out to my people. Them more things that I can do for my community. I just sit here, I done opened up all these restaurants. This is more stuff I can do for my community. I can do school giveaways. I can give these hungry families food. I can do all this. But you're not trying to help me do this because you feel like I'm trying to one-up you. I can't sit here and get knowledge. It goes to just about every aspect if you ask me.
Exactly.
When it comes down to saving a person and then saving a race. And the simple fact of, I can sit here, I use you an example. You can sit here all day. You know the things that you know about. And you can sit here and you can get all the knowledge you got to a person who wants the same information. They want the information, but they don't want it from you.
Yeah, they don't hear me. They don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about.
But see, a Caucasian can come up say the same thing,
and look worse.
ain't got half of what you got, ain't doing half as good as you're doing, and say the same thing that you just said, and then they'll be right, but you'll still be wrong.
So,
Just because it came from you and not from them.
So, you saying that, I'm going to ask you this question. So, saying that, do you think that we feel like looking in the mirror, we are less qualified to the next person? For what you said, you say, okay, hey, you won't take my advice, but you would take this man's advice. So if you looking in the mirror, you feel like, okay, some people saying, okay, basically, we can't take our own advice. You get what I'm saying? So
I'm not sure.
Me saying that, how do people feel like moving forward that we would ever have a place? And we can't even sit there amongst each other and take advice from each other. We need advice from someone else.
That's why I said I feel like as a race, the black community is not trying to be saved. They're trying to be saved as an individual, not as a race. Because I'm not gonna even just use a Caucasian.
Right, that's what I'm saying. See, when I speak, I'm gonna say this. Let's clear the record for this. You know, let's clear our record. When we say our people, we talking just like us. We're not talking white, black, Mexican, Asian. This is no race specific thing. We speaking that live
Characteristics.
just like us. Characteristics of us.
Cause see, you can take let me see. I'll do a restaurant in the aspect. Let's say you cook at home. You're a bad cook at home. Bad man, everybody come over. Woo, boy, you cook, boy, you got a damn package off the chain. Then you go to the restaurant. Oh, this restaurant got some good food. You know, yeah. You know, they pretty good, but I feel like my boy can hang in there. And I'm looking for a recipe. And it's something that I know you cook at home. I done had it at your house. I know it's good. I know you put it down. But I wouldn't come to you and ask you for your recipe. Why am I not able to come to you and ask you for your recipe? Because I feel like you're going to feel like you got one up on me. Because you know how to do something that I don't. Right. You know something that I don't know.
When, in actuality, even if I did, why would you come and ask me for something you didn't know? Because if I didn't know, someone would come ask you.
It's an ego issue. Black people in gender have an ego issue. Yeah. Rather it's with the next male, the next female, the next race, the next leader, anybody that they feel like can be superior in any other way gives them an ego issue.
Let me give you a better term. It's accountability. I wouldn't even say it's ego. It's accountability. Some people don't want to be held accountable to what they don't know, and be held accountable to what they do know.
I can agree with that.
That's what I say that is. Because let's direct it like this. Now, some people will ask you and not ask you in the preparation of what you say. It's that very preparation. But you have some people that won't ask you because they'll say, hey, somebody look at me and say, hey, you should know how to do this. Give you an example. I had someone ask me to cook some rice, simple as rice. But they really didn't want to ask me because in my mind, and I actually said it, you don't know how to cook rice? So it's that accountability. They don't want to be held accountable for not knowing how to cook rice.
And that'll trigger the response. I know how to cook it, but I'm just asking how you cook your rice.
You see what I'm saying? But actually, you've been burning rice up for years.
Or it might not even be that you just burn the rice up. You just might like the way my rice come out better.
Might be not that sticky.
You're right. It ain't that I can't do the rice. I just feel like, your rice come out a little better than mine. So maybe I'm doing something that you're not doing. Can you tell me what you doing so that I can get mine like that? Because I like it. But then you have those people also that will take your advice. They'll sit there, they'll be around you, they act like they don't want to hear it, they act like they not listening to it. In actuality, they listening to it. They implement it, but they just not going to give you the credit for it. Once again, it's an ego issue. I can't say that I took that from you. You or nothing. I can't tell you I took that from you. What the hell? The fuck I look like taking info from a bum? You're a fucking bum. I don't take info from bums. I'm way better off than you are.
This the cold part about it though. Half of the people that think you are the bum, they really see you as a superior over themselves. They just not gonna go down and say.
They want an ego issue.
That's
they
why
will
they
not
call
let
you
you
a bum.
know.
I'm gonna tell you what I heard.
That's why they have such a big problem with you, because you have more going on than they have going on. They can't understand why, and they can't get there.
I'm gonna tell you what I heard. This right here on what you just said. I heard T.I. Clifford Harris say this. Honestly, he said there's a lot of people in the world that's not gonna allow themselves to be around someone that is not going to lower themselves so they can feel more superior than you. So when they come around you or you approach yourself to them, they exit. They're gonna find themselves uncomfortable. They want you to lower your ego, which is not an ego, it's totally you.
And it's sad. I get what you're saying. It's a sad thing because it's taught self-consciously.
Exactly.
And the reason I say that it is taught self-consciously is because it's taught to you as a child. And a lot of people don't realize it, but if you sit back and you think about it and go back to your school days, there was always this one person, head of the group, had to look the best, smell the best, have all the best of the best. And no one around them had it. No one around them looked as good. How they say the mean girls, they like to hang around girls that's not what they are. That they feel are lower to make themselves feel better. To feel bigger, more superior. Like,
but they have the smallest ego.
They have the worst ego. They have such self-confidence issues.
Yeah. And they say, totally my opinion. They say, well, I don't feel like I need this and that and this and that, but you're participating in it. Mm-hmm. How does one say, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna use myself. I can say I don't need a haircut. I don't need these clothes. I don't need this to be Cal, to be me. I proved that though. You see what I'm saying? I can leave the way I'm dressed right now. I didn't went 2 months without getting my hair cut and still got the same business done, hung around the same people, accomplished the same goals as I did without trying to put myself to where I need everyone to see me. I don't need everyone to see me. I don't have an issue with myself. I'm fine with myself.
Once again, it's a self-esteem issue. It's a self-esteem and an ego issue.
But you right on self-esteem. That's the perfect word.
Because I know I done seen some of the some girls that are just beautiful to me, and I can't understand why they don't see how beautiful they are.
They make themselves ugly with their attitude. They have a bad attitude that they think is cute because
it's not.
Because the new society that we live in, I'm not gonna say society because it's not society. It's this new upbringing of society of these new kids now that feel like, okay, you are not beautiful. Y'all are beautiful. We're beautiful. We all beautiful. It don't matter what your shape, size, form, or fashion is. Like,
because they don't teach that like they used to teach that in school. And the parents don't teach that because I feel like the parents don't feel it. If that makes sense.
And if y'all got a comment or some topic y'all want us to talk about, drop a comment down in the box.
Now, when I say that, I mean, when we grew up, the times we grew up in, everything about you was beautiful. Your natural hair was beautiful. Your permed hair was beautiful.
And you can be anything you want to be.
You could be light, you could be dark. It did. You could have been charcoal black, and boy, somebody found you just as beautiful as you wanted to be. And they didn't try to change you. They didn't try to make you do anything that you didn't want to do. But as you got older, and media put out their version of beauty, and you got to understand it, you started understanding the new version of what they call beauty, then problems started happening. Everybody had to have long hair, so there was weaves. And then everybody had to have clear skin, so you had to use this makeup and that makeup.
Different skin problems.
And then now what has it changed to? Oh no, your natural is beautiful. Your natural hair is beautiful. So guess what? Majority of all them ones that used to have all the long weave, all the perms, now they like, oh, my natural is beautiful. Now they don't want perms no more. They don't want the long weaves, or they get the weaves that look natural. Now it's, oh, this is what's the new hot, so this is what it is, versus letting it be what it is. If you comfortable in your own skin, be comfortable in your own skin. If you always want perms, wear perms. That don't make you less than because you still wear perm and they talking about this natural shit. Who cares?
But then you got those that say they're trendsetters, but they're following the trend. That's what they doing, following the trend, but they're trendsetters.
Basically, in a nutshell.
You following the trend, right? Like, now, had you
Basically,
seen, now,
nutshell.
you are a woman. Had you seen that wave of prosthetic hair, natural hair, back to prosthetic hair, then you see this wave come and go,
Mm-hmm.
and you see the same people follow that trend, but they're trendsetters. They are their own person. I just want to promote being who you are.
It's just crazy because the trend that they think is a new trend is not a new trend. If it makes sense. It's a cycle. Like, I can remember, like the girls with the crochet, crochet was, it was so big at one point. It was just above and beyond. But I can remember when I was little, I had a cousin in Texas who every summer her mama put crochet braids in her hair. But it wasn't a hot thing. And a lot of people wanted to make it seem like it was a problem. But now all of a sudden, guess what? Now everybody got crochet. Now crochet hair is okay. So what was wrong with it then? The right celebrity didn't wear the style for you to want the style, for the style to be the new trend. So now that the celebrities are natural and they wearing the crochets and they're wearing the braids, boom. Now everybody's wearing the braids, everybody crochets, everybody wants to be natural. This is the new end.
And it's all due to basically what you said.
And it's all a repeated cycle. It's crazy because it's a repeated cycle. Tell me this. Lie or no lie. How many times you have sat back and laughed at your mama and daddy old pictures where your mama had them pants up on her waist? And what pants do they make now? Pants that go to your waist. But we was looking back then, looking at the picture going, Mama, ooh, you look like a whole hot mess out here.
My dad and them had the little pants on, little shorts, basketball shorts. What are the kids wearing now? Little tight basketball shorts.
Is this not a cycle that has already been? And then folks will look back at their parents and they be like,
now, you saying that, let's dive back. What we just said. I'm glad you brought that up. The question we started with was, do we think the people really want to be saved? Now, listen to what you just said. You just dive back two generations. Now, before their generation, it was two before them that did the same thing. Now, did you just hear that repeatedly? Marketing brain. But watch this. Out of this whole thing that we just said, people only stuck with what we're talking about. They're not going to never gain the message that we're trying to give them.
And the
Stick to
majority
market.
of the people that's gonna get the majority of the
Get to these
message
stocks.
that is gonna be gotten out of all of this is gonna be
Investments.
the message that they gonna get is she just saying I'm following the trend. She just trying to say I'm trying to be like somebody else. She just saying this.
We're only
It's not what I said.
We're only telling you.
I'm telling you the aspects of the things that's going on. Of what I see going on. Let me say, maybe it's not what's going on, it's just what I see. Everybody see things differently. But those are the aspects of the things that I see. I see repeating trends. I see people out here with low self-esteem.
This show called, this podcast is called, fuck, feel how you want to feel about it. So, you feel the way you feel about it.
That's the way I feel about it.
I feel about it, they feel the way they feel about it. Like I told you.
And you're not wrong. You're entitled to your feelings.
This is an open comments.
Yeah, you're entitled to your feelings.
But it's the way we see things. We dive in. When we are out here investing in trying to help the next person under us come up to where we at. We don't like to see people up under us. I don't even like that word, up under us. What is that, up under us? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that word. Up under me. You are up under me. No, you ain't. No one is up under no.
I don't like people to feel less
We
superior.
That's what I'm saying. Up under. Ain't no up under. We're equal. But if you listen and understand investments. But guess what though? It goes back to what we just said. They're not gonna listen to me because they don't think I know what I'm talking about. I don't know nothing I'm talking about. What he know about investment? What he know about passive income? What he know about IRA account? What he know about buying houses and flipping? What he know about investing with another company? What he know about the Fortune 500? What do you know about this? I know a lot about it. But if they take a message more than just he say, she say, or a trending topic, your bank account will really stack up.
I want to say not the trending topic. Because what we're talking about are trending topics.
Exactly. Yeah.
They are trending topics, but they're not the trending topic
That need to trend.
that certain people want, if that makes sense.
Nail on the coffin.
A certain type of people stick to a certain type of thing. So if you have a mentality that sticks you in a different era, those are the only kind of topics that you are going to look for. Those are the only kind of topics that will catch your eye.
Yeah, gravitate to you.
Because that's what your focus is on. You can't expect somebody that grew up in a nice, good home, parents treating them well, took good care of them, had everything they wanted, that wants a hood life, to take interest in the things that they were raised around. Because that's not what they want. They was raised that way, but it's not what they want. What they want is the hood life. So if it's not gossip, bullshit, street shit, they really not trying to hear that. But then on the reverse side of it, you'll have the person in the hood that was less fortunate, didn't have as much, that was stuck to their environment, that finally gets the chance to see the other side and wants that knowledge. So I'm living in, you living in the hood. Say, we're gonna use me and you. I came out the good neighborhood, you came out the hood. I mean, you came out the, you came out the hood. Now me, I'm trying to get to the hood. I want all the hood shit. I want to see folks fighting. I want to see the guns. I want to see the robberies. I want to participate in all this bullshit. I want those kind of trending topics. That's the shit I want. But you came up in the hood. You tired of that shit. You didn't want that shit when you had it, but you had no choice. So now that you got a chance to see something different, guess what? Your trending topics are different. I don't want that hood shit. I'm trying to see how these folks make this money. I'm trying to see how these folks did this. I'm trying to see how they did that. I'm trying to sit beside them. So, in that aspect of those things, I'm thinking that's more of a mentality than anything.
But see, this is what things teach. They don't have that.
Who don't have anything?
The people that stuck in that mind frame. When I say that,
I can say yeah.
I grew up watching everything go on around me. Watching. I became a master of everything that's going on by sitting and observing.
Why? Why did you sit and observe?
Because I just wanted to be a master of everything that's going on. I always had this thing with I wanted to see how shit operate.
But why? Why did you have to know how things operate? Why did you have to master the things?
Because I wanted to implement it and then get away from it.
Mentality.
I wanted to implement it and get away from it. To where today I understand I could have made millions. I could have been a millionaire. All the money I done blew over my time watching the dumb shit go on, thinking this was the shit instead of what I'm trying to promote now. Investment, 10-year hold. When I was 21 years old, I could have invested $10,000 into 4 or 5 companies, top 5 companies. I say top 10. Today, I would be a millionaire. But see, we not taught this. We are taught aspirations of hair, nails, your body,
Media.
music, guns,
Media.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm gonna say this. When I grew up watching Living Single, Martin, those type of shows. Those shows implemented stock market. We rewatch those reruns today.
But you only catch those kind of lessons when your mentality changes.
Exactly. I got that. It's like what I just said the other day. You act like a camera. It records everything, but it only zooms in to what you really want to see.
Because I can honestly say, a few years ago, they've been playing Living Single for a little hot second now. But I can honestly say that a few years ago, I still wouldn't have caught it. I didn't catch it. I ain't gonna say I wouldn't have caught it. I didn't catch it. And you already know the episode that I'm gonna talk about. And it's the episode where Kyle came in and he had all that Chinese food or whatever he had. He brought all that food in there. And they was like, ooh, Kyle, you don't never do this. And what did Kyle say? I didn't have an expense account then. And nobody paid no attention what Kyle was talking about. And what did he say? I can put anything on the expense account as long as I'm talking about business. What did he ask them? Do everybody have a bank account? He works in the stock market, right? What did he say? Does everybody have a bank account? What did they say? Yes, everybody answered, right? Guess what? Business meeting.
But see, that's a whole good another conversation. That I guarantee you, people not gonna even get too far in our show. our podcast, Deep Here, we finna bring up right now. But it's on them. For those that want to listen, they'll become wealthy behind it. That's another problem we have in our society. We don't understand what wealth is. People think they understand what wealth is when they don't. Someone can have $100,000 whole pair of Jordan and baby go to Gucci and buy a pair of shoes and go buy a Ferrari and they say they're a millionaire. You're not no millionaire. Real millionaires understand what millions and what money is about. Money is not really about having money. Money is really about wealth. It's really about understanding, right? Your purchasing power with which you can purchase.
Like you said about Jay-Z.
About who?
Jay-Z. Your famous saying that you like to say about Jay-Z.
Exactly.
It plays back to that.
People know the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I got another story I'm gonna tell you. Someone told me they bought 4 cars, Blue Bank. Now, this was a question I asked them. Now, when you bought them 4 cars, how much money did you make off them 4 cars? They told me $0. I said $0. They said, yeah. I said, okay, so you must not have no type of financial literacy. See how people spend time worrying about their body and their hair and their skin color and their skin tone and stuff like that. But nowhere in there did you implement financial literacy. And then that's going to be another
about
subject.
Looking superior.
We'll talk about later. We'll talk about this one later. We'll talk about that later.
All that goes back into what we said about the characteristics, the low self-esteem, the putting yourself on a higher pedestal than the next person.
Now, how much money did you make? No. Now you got to wake up.
Now you are waking up.
To go do what?
Trying to figure out where did you go wrong.
And how you gonna get all this money back to pay for all of this? Even if you paid for it, guess what? People gotta understand. That car need oil change, it need gas in it. It needs a lot of things.
Not even just that. It goes back to, like you said, the value of nothing. Because once you purchased it, it lost value.
I mean, there ain't no value when you buy it.
You didn't purchase.
See, that's the thing.
The value was there because
To you.
Yeah, the value was there.
You value.
They showed you that it had value. So you purchased it.
It had value to you. They show you your value.
But once you purchased it, they showed you the value of it to them.
So they showed you
Which
your
is,
value.
guess what? You might have bought this. Say you bought this truck for $50,000, but guess what? Once you put your name on that piece of paper, guess what? That motherfucker went in the tank soon as you put your name on the paper.
I mean,
Now you ain't even gotta drive it off the lot, and I wouldn't buy it back for the same 50 that you just bought it for.
but you paid 50 off your bag. You see what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying they tell you your value. That's what they tell you. They don't tell me what is value because that truck ain't worth $50,000. It's not. It didn't even cost 30. It didn't even cost 20 to build it. 20,000 to build it. Now you gonna tell me something you got is worth to me 50,000? No, it's not worth 50,000. It's worth 50,000 to you.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I'm gonna do is go buy something that's valuable, that's really valuable, and then I'm gonna come back and get that truck for free because I understand, like I said, the purchasing power of what's going on. The value ain't in the truck. The value is in the way you purchase. That's where people get lost in transactions. When they buy a house, they say, hey, this house costs this. Man, listen, it's people out here living in the house and they pay $1 for that house. That house ain't got no value. So they don't care nothing about paying $10 million for a house. It has no value to them. That house was free. They not paying $1 for that house. The people that's in love with their brand is paying for that house. That's who paying for that house. So that's why I keep telling y'all, what's the value to you? Because you're not gonna tell me when they build it, it costs $10 million. No. Because if it costs 10 million, they don't want a 20 million for it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's the power in purchase. You got people that gonna spend money on something that ain't gonna mean nothing when they bought it. But if they purchased it this way, it could have meant a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I understand Jay-Z. A lot of people see that in a different way. That's the way I articulate that. People tell you the price of everything, but see the value in nothing. The value in how you purchase it. Yeah, I go buy 10 houses, but guess what? Those 10 houses, they gonna get sold for some good money. I ain't buying no houses for nothing.
Yep. That's how it go. In my opinion. That's in my opinion. Personal opinion. Who's to say I'm right? Who's to say I'm wrong? Because I'm pretty sure they thought the person who came up with the idea to, I would say, save flawed items was a fool. Up until this point, when they go back and they research the flawed item that they have. And though that it was nothing when they purchased it, it's worth a hell of a lot now. Seem like nothing. Really do seem like nothing. Because people are paying thousands and thousands for these flawed items. Because it's a one-of-a-kind item. You might have ended up with that one penny that had untied states instead of United States on it. But it was only that one penny that did that. Or it was just that one batch of pennies that did that. And they collected damn near all of them back. Except for a handful of them. And they couldn't figure out why they couldn't get it. Because somebody knew that some value was going to be in it. So they didn't let it out their sight. And they kept up with it. And now the person that got it is like, nigga, this is a penny. And you mean to tell me this penny is worth $10,000, $25,000 for a penny? It's a penny.
It's millions out here for the smallest shit.
The smallest things. The smallest things.
That people throwing together.
You think nothing of it. Because I know I done threw some stuff away and I be like, dang, I used to have that.
I'm going to tell you something that make a lot of sense to me. There's this saying, they say every penny earned is a penny saved. That makes so much sense to me. Because I go to the store every day and I know I might pick up 10 cent pennies every day. People just throwing them on the ground.
Because they mean nothing to them at the time. But to the person that's a saver,
Every penny earned is a penny saved.
all them pennies are going to add up.
One day, I'm going to become a millionaire off the stock. And I'm going to become a millionaire off those pennies that people throw away.
Yeah. That's how it go.
This gamble, ENT, we got more coming.